Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Is anybody there? First I have to check that. Hmm. No one's watching it seems. I'll just post it in. Let's see, outdoor connection. Okay, two people are watching now. That's good. So can you guys see and hear me properly? Let me switch to screen share. Close this. So we don't have much time. So we'll start. So the idea is, so first the problem, right? What are we doing manually that I need to automate? So in Frappe School, right, or the learning app, we have live classes. And so live classes are in Zoom. So you see it creates a Zoom meeting and you can store the recording in cloud, etc., etc. So Zoom integration is there. But students can't then access the recordings, right? You can see there is no watch recording or something like that here. So instead of directly jumping to that part, what I want to do is what we are manually doing is we are downloading those Zoom recordings from our account, uploading them on a Google Drive, and then sharing it over chat or something or discussions, right, to the students. And that has to be done manually for each live class. But as you can see, have this new secret batch going on that has Mm, like a lot of calls, right? Weekly 2 calls. And even like we are doing multiple batches. So everyone has to do this for their batches and whatnot. So what if we could automate this? So what we want is so here is Zoom, right? And here is Frappe School. I am not yet sure whether I want to customize it on top of learning as a separate app or scripts, or do I want to make it part of the learning app. So first I will do it on local and see if it works and then maybe decide, right? And then we have the drive. Okay, let's choose a different color this time. Okay. So the idea is to integrate Zoom first, right? And Zoom has webhooks and APIs, so that we have access to. So webhook is sent whenever recording is completed, right? And then what we can do is we can ask Zoom for that recording, download it locally somewhere in the Frappe system, and then we have to upload it to Google Drive at a specified folder, right? So, for example, uh, whoever is taking care of the Google Drive piece, right? They can create a folder, for example, let's say training recordings, right? And then our task is to automatically create a new folder, let's say whatever the batch ID is, right? CLS batch name ID, right? The primary key. And inside those, we have to store the recordings as files. Okay. Hope it makes sense. But yeah, this is the task. We have to store it. Um, let's let me make it smaller. Oh, it's not readable anymore. But yeah, this is the task. So I went ahead yesterday night researching about this. And I have this two links that will help us. So first is this one. Let me just copy this, paste it here. So this is create and populate folders API from Google Drive, right? So no, I don't want to join it now. And then the other link is Zoom's recording.completed webhook, right? That gives us the recording files, right? So Zoom takes some time to process the recording, right? And then once it is completed, it will send a webhook to our Frappe Learning app, right? Then it contains the recording file. So it has multiple recording files because it records the audio separately. Yeah, there is audio file separate, and then there is shared screen with speaker view. So there is a recording type which we can check, right? We only want that for now. And we will loop over and check what files we want. And then there is a download URL from where we can download the recording. Okay. And then second piece is this. So we have to create a folder and upload. So we have some code already here. Nice. So let me spin up my local bench. Let me close this. On this, Frappe, secret, Frappe bench, ls code. So I will first open Frappe Learning LMS. Okay, it's already open. Okay. Clear, git, switch, dash, git pull. Okay, nice. So I will start bench. So I adjusted this frame a bit. So I nicely fit without moving here and there and going outside of frame. So that's a change from the last live stream. Starting the last live stream, we did the Razor Pay live stream, right? And now I want is bench dash dash site. Since I pulled the latest changes, right? Let me just run migrate so we don't run into any issues. lms.localhost migrate. Syncing fixtures, syncing jobs. And it's done. So let's go to arc lms.localhost app. Hey Alberto, how are you? Peace. Good morning, Tosif. Okay, you guys joined right now. Maybe you got the idea of what I'm building. Okay, I'm impersonating someone, so let me log out and log in as admin first. Parapa. Okay. So on local, first I want the Zoom settings, right? I have to enable it and then I will need some credentials. So I'll blur my screen and get these credentials from Frappe School. Okay. Frappe.school. Or should we do this directly in Frappe School? No, not in production. Let's not do that because there are 40,000 users, right? That wouldn't be good. So I'll just pull in this credentials from Frappe School, account ID, and client ID. Now I need client secret, right? Client secret I have to get from system console. So yeah, thanks to the subscribers or whatever, not subscribers. What is the right word? Members of the channel, right? There are 3, 4 active members who have sponsored the channel via the plan. So I think you're getting value out of it, and thanks for that. It just gives me confidence that I'm doing the right thing. Get single. Okay. What is that API? Get decrypted password, right? Yeah. Automations. Processes. Password. Okay, there is no get decrypted password here, so we have to do get doc zoom settings doc dot get password. Got the secret. Pasted it here, and we are good to go. Yep. So I use system console to get that password because here you can't see the password. Okay. So lms.localhost/app. So Zoom is done. So we can check that. Let me just close this. Yeah. So we even don't need Frappe School right now. We just need this. Hey Prashant. So okay, what I want is here is my local, right? I have Zoom integration now. So I can create live classes. But what I need right now is I want to play around, right? Like I'll check if I'm able to get recordings through their IDs or whatnot, right? Enter the site lms.localhost console dash auto reload. Okay. And I want to check some code of live class dot py of what does it use. So after insert, it creates a Google, this, that. This is for Google. Okay. Where is the Zoom part? Weird. Zoom settings. We'll find out where it is used. Yeah, it's in LMS batch. Where is this authenticate called? Oh, create live class. This is the method that creates the live class on Zoom. Oh, it's directly using the API. I thought it, I don't know. Does Zoom have a Python client? We'll also directly use the API, then no issues. So I think we will also need this authenticate thing. So it uses the account ID and everything and gets a token. Then that can be used. Okay, got it. So it's a two-step process. Fine. So where do we start, right? We want the recording. Okay. Webhook is fine. That's the next step. But what I will do is let me open up Zoom. So I think this is the one we can use for experimentation. The meeting ID. Okay. So I'll go to Zoom. It's in my history. Zoom. Nice. So I need API, meetings, cloud recording, list all recordings. Okay. So list all cloud recordings for a user. No, this is not I want. Get meeting recordings. Okay, this is what I want. So the URL is /meetings/meeting ID recordings. Mm, fine, then you can download it. To get a meetings cloud recordings, provide the meeting ID or UUID. If providing the meeting ID instead, response will be for the latest meeting instance. To get webinars cloud recording, provide the if providing webinar ID, this will be latest, this is fine, and this is this. Okay. Makes sense. So let me pull this URL and URL. So we need the ID, right, which we copy from here. And now we have to import this authenticate method from lms dot doctype dot lms dot doctype dot lms batch dot lms batch import authenticate. Okay. And then okay, we'll copy some of the stuff. Do headers. Okay. Wrapping, import, import requests and requests dot get URL headers equal to headers. Okay. Oh no, we should have. Okay, there is a trick. If we forgot to store it in a variable, right? We can just say response equal to underscore. Now we have the response. Response dot JSON. Okay. Here we got some JSON. Let's inspect it. So it gives us the UUID, that is fine. Frappe Framework Bootcamp week 4 call to. This is exactly what we wanted. Time zone is fine. Host email, total size, recording count. So that seems useful. And then recording files. I think this is more useful. So there will be two, one and two. This is the audio only. This is what if I open up play URL? Is it the correct recording? I'm just checking. Okay, 2 hours. This is the correct recording. Nice. So, okay. Now we have some code which we can write somewhere. So, okay, now I'll create a temporary file in LMS. This is routing. I don't know what it does. That's fine. We are not concerned with it now. But it's fine. We'll first do in console and then we'll. But again, I am skeptical that we will lose whatever we are doing just to store the history here. We have this. We have this. Headers. Headers we can copy from. Then we have requests. Let's save it here. Temp.py. Fine. Now we have this dot get. Nice. So this is what we did. And then in response, this is the response. And we wanted the JSON. So data equal to response dot JSON. Uh, I don't know why this is done because basically response.json will give that. We'll find out. Then it returns an object which has two things. Total size, I don't know if we will need. Recording count is one thing. So we can keep that recording count equal to data of recording count. Then I have recording files, which is a list. Files equal to data of recording files. You want to get the all the MP4 files, right? All it is in most cases it will be one shared screen with speaker view. So for file in okay, we can't use file. Recording. Let's be more specific with the variable name, that's fine. For f in recording files, if f dot won't work because it's not a Frappe it's a Python dictionary. Recording type equals this thing, shared screen with speaker view, right? Then we need to do things. Then we need to download this recording, right? Upload to Google Drive. So let's do the first step. Let's download. So we will get the download URL. Download URL equals to f of download URL. Nice. Aptly named. Now we don't need the pass. So yeah, should I enable Copilot? Maybe it will help. Maybe it won't. Fine, I'm not enabling it. So we have to make a get request, right? So let's read the docs a bit. This. To access a password protected, that is fine. So if it is not password protected, you can download without the token and everything. Otherwise, we need to provide the token, which we have been doing. So nope. Oh, it has download access token. Does it have a download access token? Oh, because password is not there. I think we won't need download access token. Fine. Recover is okay. Recover is like delete recover thing. Okay, fine. Fine. I think get request has to be made. Okay. So we'll make the get request and see if you're able to download. So I will grab some snippets from other code base later, but let's download it. Request dot get. It will be a large file. So I think let's download this one instead of the full video, right? And then we can do a test recording and then use that instead. That is also fine. I don't know what happened to my throat. It's fine. Request dot. So we'll have to form, okay, URL we already have, right? That will be download URL du. Okay. Data of recording files of one of download URL. So this will give us the download URL for the second thing. Let's check. Yep. So headers will be same. So that's nice. Let's see. Told you, right? It has like a big file. I think 118 megabytes, if I'm not wrong. That's too big. Okay. So recording equal to dash recording dot. So now we have the data. Where do we store it, right? Where do we store it? We have to store it in Frappe's file system somehow. And that we can do using, I think I have a snippet that I can use from one of my repositories. Event, no. I have 160 repositories. Star. Maybe it's in build with Hussein. Events. In here, I have conference management, doc type. So this is from the Riyadh bootcamp. We did a QR code generation and saved it to the, what do you say, file system of Frappe. So I think it was in ticket.py. Yeah, generate QR code. Data, okay, this is the code I was looking for. I'll paste it here, format it, comment it out. Oh, before commenting, let me just copy this. So what we are doing is we are creating a file doc type and we want to give it the data, right? And where will be that data? Request dot. So we'll see. You can read the docs. Streaming downloads. Maybe this will come in handy later. That is fine. Response content. Decode content. Most Unicode characters are seamlessly decoded when you make a request. I don't want the decoded one, I guess. Oh, see this. So we have to do bytes IO r dot content. Return by request. So content has the binary data. Fine. And what did we have here? Oh, we use the bytes IO and then output dot get value. So data is recording dot content import IO hex data equal to IO dot bytes IO of data dot what was it? Con data, and then we wanted get value. Yeah, there is the hex data. And now I think we can use this piece after some modification. Let's me import Frappe, not Frappe manager, I want just Frappe. Hex data we have self.name. File name, I don't know, what should we give? For now, I'll say test.m4a is the file extension, I guess. Again, we'll figure it out later, no issues. Attached, no, we don't want to attach it to anything. That's fine. Copy, paste. Okay, file size existed, the maximum allowed file size of 25 MB. Okay, let's increase the size limit. We can increase through system site config or directly through system settings. Files. So I think the default is 25. So let's do 3000, which will be approximately 3 gigs. We have to db.commit. Okay, it's cached somewhere. You can increase the limit from system setting. I already increased the limit. Oh no, I will have to exit and do everything again. Maybe I can do this. Yep. Clear cache worked because it then reloaded the system settings. Nice. So I have now file.save. So we'll do frappe.db.commit and go to our file system and check if the download was indeed successful. Okay, MP4. Oh, it downloaded the whole. Okay, we down. It is not M4. Should be M4A. I think this is why it's causing the issues. Just audio. Let's check. Let's download this. I'll go to, because it's the wrong extension, right? I am assuming this will cause issues. So this is M4A. Use M4A. Okay. Yeah, it's 100. I said right. Something MB. That is fine. Come on, play this. Yeah, it's playing. So nice. Done. Half of our work is done. So the piece where we have to download and keep it is done. Right. So what we will do is we'll copy the code here now. Requests dot get download URL headers equal to headers, right? This will give us the response. Then we will need the binary data, which will be, we have to import IO. This is fun, right? Integrating systems. It's my favorite part. IO dot bytes IO of response dot content, and then hex data equals to binary data dot get value, and then come on. Okay. So this was one more piece we didn't comment. It was like saved to Frappe's file system. Right. Now is the second piece, right? This we need to figure out because even I don't know where the tokens and everything are. For Zoom, I knew it. Okay. So let's go back. Create and populate folders. So Google API client, google.auth. So there are Python libraries. I think already framework depends on them, but we'll find out. So we can global search in learning as well. Google Google, what was it? Google API client. No. So LMS doesn't have it. Let's check framework. Hi Navneet. Slash Frappe. Let's look for dot. I haven't updated Frappe in a while. Want to search if Google API client. Yes. So we don't need to install it in our app separately. We will directly use it. So there is Google. Oh, everything is there. See, Google API client, OAuth 2, OAuth 2 credentials, etc., etc. Nice. So we don't have to install it manually. But yeah, now let's figure out how to upload this file, right? Hmm. So we'll go back. We'll import auth. And there might be a Google Drive integration in framework, I suppose. Yes, there is. So there is Google Drive, which is a doc type. That's nice. Get access token. Nice. So there is already some integration in framework, right? So you have to pull the latest develop branch underneath for getting the latest UI. Bear in mind, it's still in beta, so it's not yet in beta. It will be in beta soon, but it's nightly, right? Not in production. Allow Google Drive access. Then it returns the access token. Get Google Drive object. Nice. So we don't have to do a lot of stuff. Framework has the code. We will just integrate import stuff. Check for folder in Google Drive. Else create it, right? Half of the work is done. Take backup, I don't know, upload system to Google Drive. So we have some code that we can reuse. Nice. So let's start with the Google Drive doc type. Google Drive. And oh, to use Google Drive, we have to first enable. We have to give it client ID and client secret and this that, right? I will again copy it from Frappe School. Don't do this in production. Stunts performed under expert supervision, right? Don't try this at home. This pro fine. Yeah. Maybe I can get my own credentials. I'm just checking. That works right. That will be much better. Then I can keep it on my local for future tinkering. Hmm. Yeah, this reminds me we have to do episode 3 of what? Episode 3 of let's um, build a link management app, right? That we have to do. Frappe local stuff. I'm creating my own credentials now. Okay. I need OAuth 2 client IDs. Okay. Create credentials, OAuth 2 client ID. Configure consent screen. Fine. Get started. Oh, a lot of things have to be configured. That's fine. I will just share my screen. What am I doing? Let's call it BWH local. Sign at frappe.io. Next. Yes, internal. Next. Frappe.io. I agree. Continue. Create. Hopefully, I don't reveal any secrets here. So I'll blur again. Oh, my screen is not visible. Man, something wrong. Screen is not visible. That is I blurred it. Okay, now I can create a OAuth client. Application type web and local client. Alberto, are you messing around with me or is it not really visible? http://lms.localhost. Oh, I can't test it in local. Why is that? Hmm, weird. Maybe I can get token instead. So API key. Yeah. Got the API key. Nice. Now I can paste it in my Frappe site. Again, I can unblur the screen now. Should hide this. Doesn't. Fine, I'll just rotate it after the stream. Okay. So now I'm ready to try. Oh, I don't want backups. This is weird. API key is used somewhere. API. Google settings API. Hmm. Here also API key is not used. So what? Only OAuth is used. Okay, so let's just directly go to Google and see. That URL is lost. Let me just copy it again. Hmm. First we have to import this. Nope, we haven't imported it anywhere in Frappe, at least. So yeah, let's do it from scratch. Not an issue. I imported this. Now I want this too as well. In production, we can swap it. For local trying, I'm just doing this. Hmm. Because here I don't see anywhere like API token being used. Build Google API client. This API calls don't any user your okay. Hmm. So I know how to create, but this is what I wanted, right? Use API keys to access APIs. Language service client. Hmm. But by API by again, this guy is using service account credentials. Hmm. It's enabled or not. Let me just check. Oh, now it's enabled. This is slowing us down. API again, what consent screen? Developer key. Uh, Three. Yeah, API key. Okay, so we have to do this. Fine, got it. This is real development, folks. Or we could have asked ChatGPT if it has given, would have given this thing to us. Slide. API key equal to frappe dot get doc. Oh, since it's not a password, we could have just the db.get value as well, but fine. Get the point. Now we want service credentials, right? Where did it go? Close the file. Folder ID, this, that, no. Yeah, this. Nice. Now I want to create folder recording. There is no folder ID here. Maybe it's in the URL. I think this is the folder ID. Okay. Now we can check the drive API again. So here is why I think API key might not work, because OAuth will tell, okay, this guy's drive folder, right? But how an access key will, I don't know how it will work. But ultimately we have to switch back to this. Okay, quick start. Okay. Where is the sample? Okay. Service.files.list.execute. Service.files.list page size 10 dot execute. The user does not have a for this file domain global insufficient file permissions. Okay. Folder ID is passed. What is $sign param? Oh, this. Again, I think OAuth has to be there. But OAuth, Google, OAuth, local. Yes. It's too old. 2012. For testing, you can specify URLs that refer to the local machine. Okay. With that in mind, please note that all this example use as the redirect URI. Okay. Let's try this. So lms.localhost won't work. I think only localhost will work. In that case, we will set the default site and work around that. That is fine. Google settings. What client? Yeah, see, this works. And we have to add this a specific URI, right? That URI will be a lot of research. Yeah, here. Authorize JavaScript origin as this, as authorize this, that, this. Okay, fine. CMD equal to this. Oh, calendar is a separate redirect URI. Fine. Nice. So this should do the trick. I will just blur again. Yes. Gave me the client ID and client secret. Now I'll paste it in Frappe element.clicker. So this should solve our issue. Well, settings. Client ID. Client secret. Nice. Just unblur again. Okay. Doesn't matter. I will again rotate. Yes, fine. So I have the delete button here, right? So even if you want to use that key is fine. So Google settings is there. Now I'll go to Google Drive, enable authorized drive access. That is the first thing you should do. You can't sign in this because it doesn't comply with Google. So you can let that, but it doesn't comply with this. Okay. I think we have to do one more thing. Let's exit out of here. Okay. Restart the bench. Localhost 8000/app. This app's request is invalid. You can't send it because then you can try again later. Okay, if you're a developer, register the in this. Okay, maybe we did something wrong here. Redirect URI. I have to check. This is tricky, not that straightforward. Oh, HTTP. I did HTTPS. One S and whole integration is down. Now it works. So I can select this, allow. Nice. So authorization works. Cool. Where is this token stored? I don't know. Hello. But I don't want this. How do we add an authorization flow here? This I didn't anticipate. Google Drive.py. If not access token, validation error, allow Google Drive access. Okay, let's try it from console. It gives access token. I think because we authorized properly. Fine. Now I want this. Get Google Drive object. Fine. So now we'll say from. I'll move this here so it's easier to switch. Frappe.integrations.doc type. Frappe.integrations.doc type dot Google Drive dot Google Drive import get Google Drive object drive equal to get Google Drive object. Nice. So check for folder in Google Drive. Oh, this is too tied down to the backup folder ID, but we can indeed do some stuff. So this will give us, oh, it gives us a tuple. So drive is a tuple. Hmm. So we'll have two things. We'll have nice. See, it lists the folder. So let's execute this. At least we'll have something, right? Some data pulled. Okay, nice. What is this being pulled? I think everything in Frappe. Recordings automation. This is the folder we created, right? Nice. And folder ID and name. Okay. For fin, so it's looping over those folders where name is backup folder name, get single value, this db commit, nice. And then it fetches its ID and stores it. Fine. What we will also do is the same thing, but we already have the ID. So we'll copy it in temp. We're almost there. Folder ID equal to nice. And then rest of the codes that we managed to get working, right? So from frappe.integrations.this, and then it will give us this. And then and execute this. We have the folder ID. Nice. Now we have access to the folder somehow and Google Drive as well. Now I want to upload, right? Let's check the upload code. Upload system to Google Drive. Okay. Check for folder. Load from DB. Okay. Everything looks good. File URLs. Backup.backup path DB. So it's the path to the file. Fine. For file in file URLs, file metadata. Oh, so we have to set the parent. So if I want to upload a simple file, let's first upload a simple file, right? We'll say we can get that file itself. So URL equal to frappe dot get last doc, the last file we created, right? That will be like 100 megabytes, but fine. File dot file underscore URL. So here is the URL. This is exactly what we did. Then it's creating some metadata. Okay. Import OS. So this will be URL. And this will be the folder ID. Nice. Media file upload. Where is this coming from now? API client.html. Okay, fine. Then we are doing get absolute path. Where is that coming from? Oh, it's in the same thing. Fine. Wait, do we already have the apps? No, we don't have the absolute path. So it's finding, so we have the relative path slash file slash something, but we have to get the absolute path. Okay, where in the file system is this located? And then we can basically ask the uploader to upload it, right? So no issues. We will do from frappe.integration dot get absolute path. So we have that as well now. So we want media this file URL equal to URL. So we don't have to change the variable name. Okay, no such file or directory. Oh, it's not in backups. Come on. I think the issue is with this get absolute path. Get backups path. Okay. So I think we have to do it manually for now. Fine. Get bench path. So nice. So that get absolute URL is not named aptly. We can fine. No worries. We have still 25 minutes left. Less than 25 minutes. Hmm. File path is not defined. Slash this slash top benches sites slash files. No, see. So still something is missing. So I think this piece, where is it? Hmm. No issues. I know where it is stored. So what I will do is sites slash public or private again. This. Oh, site slash the site name. Okay. lms.localhost. So if you open up this, no results because it's inside public. We'll have to handle this somehow, but now it is correct path. Fine. So media equal to, so instead of this, we will have which will be this thing. Now this should upload. Let's see. Oh, already there was this one. So we have media now. Nice. And then what does it do? Hmm. Media set progress. I don't know. We don't want to set progress. Google Drive dot files dot create. Okay. So this should create the upload the file. Let's see. It's doing something. Let's in the meantime go to our drive folder. Recordings, automation, refresh. Nothing. And it's still running. Right? That's why set progress, right? We could have seen some progress. That's fine. This is done. We are almost there. Mhm. Okay. Here is your test.mp4. You have to rename it to M4A. No preview available. But we can see 113 point something MB. Fine. So here is the automation, right? Let's grab everything together. Don't need this. What we need is media file upload. We need OS. We need, no, get absolute path turned out to be useless. This worked. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we were doing copying stuff. So Google Drives, this, execute. Oh, metadata we haven't copied. Where is that? File metadata. This is folder ID basically. File path. Okay. So URL is confusing. This is actually the file path, which is file dot. There it is. This. Okay. Recording file. Recording file dot file URL. Yes. So now MIME type, right? We have to get from, let's see if we can get it directly through Frappe. Oh, it guesses based on .mp4. That is fine. So MIME type is not there. Cool. Does Zoom give MIME type? Again, we don't have any logs to check. That's fine. We'll again run this. And now this time, fine. File name will also come from Zoom. So what I want to do is, we can run this. So we'll break it down into dev, download file to Frappe, right? And then there is one function. So download file, download and create file dot. And then there will be upload to Google Drive. So two functions. And let's copy the piece. Again, this is just one round of cleanup. Of course, could be a lot cleaner. This has to be also dynamic. That's fine. I want this here. So this only needs the recording file. This returns the recording file. Then we have download URL. I'm just cleaning up ID. This all will go inside that. URL will also come here. This will be the ping ID. Pass, I'll just make it this. Headers will also come here. Just doing some cleanup and then we can end because it's working, that we know for sure now. Recording count we aren't using, so let's comment. So now we can test piece by piece, right? What I want to do now is print this data. Actually, pretty print. Print is fine. Okay, again, headers we need, right? So headers we can copy over for now. Looks good. For now, it will just return the data. Because I want to check whether MIME type and everything can be got from there. Right? Side console from lms.lms.doc type.lms batch temp import Get Zoom recordings for meeting. Get Zoom recordings. Nice. File extension we are getting. We're getting other metadata too that we don't want right now, but there is no file name. Where is this gmt.mp4 coming from then? Weird. So let's use Bruno. Because I want to see whatever data I can get from Zoom, right, that I want. It's downloading the file. 8 more minutes to go. I want to check headers, etc. if I can get that information somehow. By the way, I want to name it. The file name should be such that it represents the meeting somehow. Framework Bootcamp Pro. Yeah, this should be the name. Slugified maybe. No, even without slugification it works. .mp4, right? Because I know it will be. So we can append .mp4, lowercase. Yeah, see, it cannot do this. That's right. Okay. So this will be. So file extension and file type, right? File extension equal to f of file extension, right? File name will be data of topic. We'll slugify this. File name we'll do a f string. And then dot, then file extension dot lower. Okay, so this will be file name, and we'll give two things now. File name, right? So then file name, this file name will be used exactly here. Yes, I think recording count we didn't need. If there are multiple of this, right, how do we handle it? That's fine. For now, I will just break because only one file shared screen with speaker view is there for this particular meeting. Generally, only one is there. Let's run now. Download and create file doc. Okay, so this will give us the doc, and then we'll say upload to Google Drive doc. And this time I will pick a different meeting ID. So is anybody there in the audience? You want to join a meeting with me? Let's pick a small meeting. This is fine too. It's a 2-hour meeting. Want a smaller meeting. Which already has a recording. How big is this recording? Let's check. Again, we are running low on time. It's also 2 hours. Anything smaller than that? Yeah, this seems smaller. Let's. Yeah, it's 43 minutes only. Fine. Let's this. So now we want to check whether it automatically does it in one function call, right? And then webhook can be linked directly to this function call. Should rename this function, by the way. This is get Zoom recordings for meeting. This is like downloading as well, uploading. So we'll wait. So if somehow we can directly upload Zoom to Drive instead of pulling it locally. Just thinking. Can we stream this there? Maybe we can. Have to find out. Fine. But yeah, we have the thing working right now. We can improve and iterate over this. Let's check if we have the Zoom meeting in Drive. We don't have it here because we didn't frappe.db.commit. Here we have the MP4. It's unknown. Type is unknown. Something's wrong. It's .mp4. What did we do? I have to try again. MP4 turns out correct. That's not an issue. M4A, I think this is the issue. MP4. Let's try again. Delete it. And let's go. I'll just wrap up till then. Okay, it's done. Let's check. I need the preview, otherwise there is some still unknown. Probably some metadata that I need to send. For now, I'll just download and check. Yep, it works. Fine. Minor issues that I'll fix, but you get the whole point, right? We reused a lot of stuff actually. So we didn't have to write much code. Uh, Only I think like we made manual calls to Zoom, mm, API calls. Then we reuse the Google Drive integration, get Google Drive object. I think we will need to provide a button in our whatever settings we give for uploads, right? That is fine. Cool. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.